Welcome to the Circumcision, where we cut the superficial human traits to get to the meat of things. A brutally honest show that peels back facades with genuine commentary, unbiased commentary. So if you like what you hear, like, comment, subscribe, and share. You know what I mean? Today we doing something a little different, like we always do. Same old two-step. You know what I mean? We gonna answer some of these questions. I'm gonna get to some of these questions that the viewers been asking. You know what I mean? So and I think there's some really good questions. I picked out some really good ones, and I hope that they enlighten not only the viewer that asks, but a few people after that, over that, Because if one person get it to five people get it to 10, we could get some traction on this eradication of emotional ignorance. You know what I mean? All right, so we got one first from Joan B. Why are men so emotionally unavailable? Number one, why are men so emotionally unavailable? Okay, Joan B, I'm gonna tell you like this. First and foremost, I think everybody is emotionally unavailable. I don't know what you been listening to. This is Circumcision, you know what I'm saying? We uncut, unbiased. You know what I mean? It's no woman, man. It's a human thing. Humans do this shit. So I feel like humans as a whole are emotionally unavailable for a few reasons, if you ask me. In my opinion, I'm going to say like the first actual reason is insecurity. You're emotionally unavailable because you're insecure about certain things that you don't want to open up about. You're insecure about certain things that you don't want to talk about, certain traumas that might have hurt you, you know what I mean? And you might feel like, that's a weakness of some kind. Number two, I feel like you wouldn't be people be emotionally unavailable because of not only just trauma, but experiences. You know what I mean? A lot of times, especially, I'm going to speak for men. I'm going to give you that side, right? Because I give both sides. But I'm going to give you that side. I feel like for men, a lot of times, they're not going to because their first experience, or it's harder for them to, because their first experience was a bad one. 9 times out of 10, they first experience where they opened up and showed that love and showed, how much they cared and, they was always there and everything they really wanted to do, because even the dudes that's emotionally unavailable, they are available. It's just whether they allow themselves and you to see that. So, that's a good one. I ain't gonna lie, Joe, because I feel like I'm gonna give you a little bit. I feel like if you really love this person and you really feel like they worth it, you have to let them know that it's comfortable to open up. And you probably been like, yeah, I showed that, but most times we don't communicate. We just be doing certain things thinking a person's supposed to react how we want them to because, we got mind power like Professor X or some shit. But, reality don't work like that. You know what I mean? So if you really want that person to open up, you got to communicate. Because more than likely, that emotionally unavailable person, they're like that because of what I said. 1, insecurities. 2, trauma. 3, experiences. And one of those 3, you're going to have to crack through understanding. 1, communication. 2, comforting. 3. And that'll bring, some comfortability maybe to the point where it's not going to be no overnight thing, though. I don't want you to say like, yo, I'm just going to, but you got to make a game plan and make an effort. You know what I mean? To let that person know that it's comfortable. You're okay. You can, it's okay to be, loving and caring, or it's okay to talk to me about certain things. It's okay to be somewhat vulnerable, if not all the way vulnerable. It's okay because I'm here for you. You know what I mean? Reassurance. You got to reassure the person. You know what I mean? That'll probably help you too, Joe, But definitely pay attention to what I said as far as number 1, communication. Number 2, one of the biggest, most important is how you talk to people, your demeanor, your body language, you know what I mean? Your tone of voice, that plays a big part as well. You know what I mean? Number 3, like I said, just try to comfort, try to understand, show some understanding, show some compassion, some empathy sometimes about certain things. Or, you know, when you talk about it, don't just clam up because they say they don't want to talk. You're like, oh, I'm trying to get through you. And now it starts a big-ass argument for no reason at all. And that's basically what's going on, because we arguing and fighting and, you know, being disruptive to one another's lives that, you know, you feel you love. So, yeah, that was a good question, though, Joan. I hope my answer helped you. You know what I mean? Circumcision Podcast. That's what we're here for. So let's go to number 2. Mike Goes Hard. Okay, Mike Goes Hard. How can you tell the difference in a hoe or a wifey? Okay, how can you tell? Mike Go Hard. How can you tell the difference in a hoe and a wifey? Okay, okay, first of all, I want to say this, Mike Go Hard. If it's not you, you know, and you got a friend that needs this answer, first of all, I appreciate you even asking. I appreciate you giving me the shot to help you. But I'm going to tell you this, right? It be kind of obvious, bro, don't it? Like, that's for men and women, you know what I mean? You see certain things, you see a person talking a certain way, they, you know, loose is loose, right? Like, honestly, I feel like you need to just pay attention, and you're going to see the hoe or the wifey. Pay attention to what she doing, pay attention to what things she like, how she moving, you know what I mean? What she interested in, what she talking about, how she talk, you know, articulation of the words or whatever. You know, it's a lot of little things that I feel are triggers. You know what? I don't want to say so much so, but kinda, you know, how we dressing, you know, where we want to go, when we dressed like that, you know, and vice versa, you know, for the wifey. I feel like, you know, that's kind of a question that each person themselves got to come out of a delusional state that sometimes we put ourselves in to act like we don't know what's going on. And understand what you see is what it is. You know what I mean? And it's up to you whether you want to deal with it, you know? Maybe you could turn the hoe into the housewife. Who knows? Thousands of years of men have tried, you know, and didn't succeed, but maybe you'll be the one like fucking Neo. Who knows? But I'm going to tell you this, I don't mind you go on. All right, tell the difference in the hoe or wifey. I feel like just mannerisms, honestly. Mannerisms, and like I said, how they conduct themselves. And the difference is your standards concerning what you're seeing within those things, within the mannerisms, what you're seeing within her, you know, certain traits, and find out about some morals and things of that nature. That's more up to you to pay attention, Mike, you know what I mean? And the more you pay attention, you're going to know what actually it is that's in front of you. And the question that you've been asking yourself for how long you've been dealing with her is going to get answered. And you're going to know whether she's a hoe or a housewife. One of the other, a hoe or a wife. So all you got to do is pay attention. That's it. Just pay attention and go with your energy. Your heart going to tell you. If your heart don't tell you, your energy will definitely tell you. You know, because a lot of dudes, humans as a whole, be caught up in something that is not even real. So I hope I answered your question, Mike Go Hard. And yeah, that's what that is, champ. Okay, now we go into Malise the boss. What should you do for yourself before considering getting into a relationship? Oh, that's a good one. Yeah, that's one of the better ones. What should you do for yourself? You know what? I'm gonna say this. Malise the boss. I'm gonna say this real shit. By you even asking me that question, that speaks volumes about you. You know what I mean? It speaks volumes about you on a level that is a lot deeper than what's going on out here in the majority of minds as humans, men and women. Because for most people in their own selfish little ways, they would never ask that because they don't really give a damn about something of that nature. They're not going to ask, what should you do for yourself before you get in a relationship? Because people just believe that how they are is a good thing, and and everybody have to accept that. Excuse me, not whoever. Everybody has to accept the bullshit that you believe, they should. So, I ain't gonna lie, yo. I really you falsed up on that one, mama. I want to say this. I think you need to find out what you want, what you like. I think you need to find, yourself, because I feel like a lot of us want other people to find us, right? Like a lot of people want other people to do the things for us that we should be doing for ourselves. And honestly, if we not doing it for ourselves, how could we so selfishly believe that other people should do it for us? You won't even do it for yourself, bro. You won't even do it for yourself, mama. So how in your mind are you going to believe, oh my God, that's a good question. Because people love to throw their shit on you. People love to be believing in their mind, oh, I love you, so I want you to do what the hell I tell you to do. Like this love word be a way to manipulate and control people. So, at some point in time, you do have to realize what you said, mama, in this question you asked me, which is real as hell, because it's like, at some point in time, you got to get you right. So when you do get to these relationships, you don't question whether it's you or not. You know it's the other person. And not just on no arrogant shit or no conceited shit. Nah, but on some real spiritual energy frequency shit. You understand what I'm saying? When you ask yourself that question, what, like in me, what can I do for myself? And I tell you, listen to me, my mouth. What you got to do for yourself is find yourself, number one. Start paying attention to your traits, the bad things, and fix them shits out. Start paying attention to your triggers, number two. You know what I mean? And work on them shits. And then put yourself, because you ain't gonna have to put yourself through these tests to work on these triggers and these traits that's bad. So when you are triggered by certain shit, fuck it. Go around people that trigger you. You know what I mean? And let them work that and see how you go against that. That's your test runs. You got to test yourself with shit. And the more you work on those triggers, the more you work on those traits and those flaws that you have and you acting like they don't need work, the more you work on those, the better of a person you're going to be. And the best person for you is the best you, right? So why wouldn't you do that? Like everybody looking outward. Oh my God, I ain't gonna front my mind. That was a hell of a question, because generally speaking, us as humans, we are just selfish as hell. All we want is how we want it, what we want, and that's it. We ain't going for nothing else, especially if we on some alpha. You know what I mean? Because all alphas ain't trying to my way or the highway bullshit. But you got to be alpha enough to know, when to have some consideration, when to be sympathetic and empathetic to somebody's situation other than yours. When to say, you know what, maybe I was bugging. Because I do that all the time. That's why at this point in my life, I don't do that no more. I don't do that to certain individuals, man. Especially if I'm letting you know what it is with me. Nah, you can't. You can't be on so much. It comes to a point where, you got to understand that you tried all you could. That makes sense? That makes sense, like, anybody? Of course it does. That was a beautiful question. What should you do for yourself before considering getting into a relationship? And that's definitely what you need to do. Work on your flaws, work on your traits, and work on your goddamn Communication. Oh my God. Work on your communication. And just be real with yourself. And then once you clear all of that up, then you should be ready. Because now you can come into something with a clean slate. You don't got all this on your back thinking they supposed to fix everything the last 4 or 5 people did. They supposed to act a certain way, be a certain way, and all this other selfish bullshit you humans love to throw on people. And mask it in love and mask it in caring. Nah, they gotta go. They gotta go. I hope I answered your question, Mama. That was a hell of a question. Keep them coming. All right, let's go. Let's go. Top shotter. How can okay, top shotter. That's what, okay. Yo, listen, I appreciate all these questions, man. I'm gonna be doing this. That's why I want y'all to know. Give it to me, man. Put them in the comments too. You gotta DM me with it. Like, damn. How can a woman be nurturing to a man? How can a woman be nurturing to a man? Okay, ladies. This is where you pay attention. If you care, how you can be nurturing? By being caring. By being sympathetic. No, excuse me. Let's rewind. How can you be nurturing to your man? By being communicative, number one. Yeah, I push that. You know, by having compromise, by being accountable, by putting your ego and pride to the side. And everything after that gonna come natural. Period. Everything after that gonna come natural as, you know what I mean? Because the more peace you bring to a man, the more peaceful he's gonna be in his life, and the more you guys are gonna get along. And regardless of whatever else is going on, if you the peace instead of the darkness, you're gonna be winning. That's it. But you gotta have peace in yourself to bring peace to people. I think that's a bigger question. You know what I mean? Because if you don't have no peace in yourself and you beefing every 5 minutes, you got these anxieties, you jumping around on people and you scared. I'm not scared, but you know, you going ham on every little thing. You know, people don't want to be around that, man, and they don't deserve to be around that. Honestly. You know, people gotta have some more, some type of, like, yeah, empathy, man. Empathy, bro. To somebody other than themselves. You know? So how can a woman be nurtured to a man? Pay attention. Be assertive. Be attentive. Communicative, as I said. Considerate. Attentive. Yeah, that one kind of threw me off because it came from a dude, but honestly, that was a cool question, bro, because, yeah, a lot of women don't know. I feel like a lot of women, all they know is how they want to be treated. Let's get into that real quick before we get to the next one. And I've been men too. A lot of men just had how to be treated. They don't know how to treat, but they know how they want to be treated. So if you pay more attention to how you yourself want to treat somebody and how happy you could make them, and focus more on how happy you could make them instead of focusing on what they doing wrong and how I might could catch them in some bullshit and all this other dumb shit that's just emphasizing negativity. Find out how to make that person laugh. Find out how to make them smile. Can you do that? It might work out. Ain't no might about it. It will, you silly face humans. Pay attention. Tune in. You like what you hear? Like, comment, subscribe, and share, because I'll put you on, you know what I mean? Okay. Let's see. Next one coming from Shining Like a Diamond. Okay, Shining Like a Diamond, 007. What are the most beautiful traits in a woman? I think now that this question, honestly, what are the most beautiful traits in a woman? I'm gonna say like this, shining like a diamond. You probably know already, but honestly, everybody has their own individual things, right? Like that's a question for each person. Like, cause everybody can't feel the same way. Like, what are the most beautiful traits in a woman is a question for every single individual, because what's beautiful to you, a beautiful trait to you might not be to me. What's a beautiful trait in a woman, a man to one woman might not be to another woman. But I will say this, me personally, I think one of the most beautiful traits to me in a woman is just enthusiasm. Enthusiasm. When you see enthusiasm in a woman about life and, what's going on with herself as a whole, and that's a beautiful thing, because it's not out here like that. Number two, another beautiful trait to me is a peaceful individual. Like, that's a beautiful thing when somebody's like, it's almost like they zen, because it's like nothing bothers them. I tell you, I'm getting like that. They don't want, I'm getting like that. Like, when you get to the point where, like, because you understand that everything has an understanding point. Everything happens to everybody. Everything can happen to everybody. Nobody's exempt from situations. Nobody's exempt from mistakes. Nobody's exempt from misspeaking or, So I feel like when you have that in you, that peaceful trait, like, that's something that's like, is gorgeous. Let's see, let me think of another one. A beautiful trait. I'll say attentiveness too in a woman, because I feel like that's something a woman should be, right? Like, as far as attentive, and humans as a whole should be attentive to each other. So, a man should be attentive to his woman, and a woman should be attentive to his man. And it's just not a one-way thing. So yeah, I feel like that's a beautiful trait as well. Yeah, I hope I answered your question. Shining like a diamond. Let's get to this. I am Miss Monroe. How can I tell if a woman's into me? Okay, pardon my hesitation. Miss Monroe, because you asked me, how can you tell if a woman's into you? You know what I mean? And you're a woman. So I'll just have to get it corrected in my brain right quick. Yeah. How can you tell if a woman's into you? You know what? Real shit. The same thing I just said as far as attentiveness. The person paying attention to you, they making you they're putting you into their life, especially if they're a busy individual. They making time for you. They're not forcing things. You know what I mean? Not putting a burden, but making it better as far as, peaceful and all that. But I feel like it's a few things that you can tell. And honestly, that's one of the biggest things, just the attentiveness, and a woman putting you in a life, or even as busy as they might be, or trying to make time, or, trying to hear your voice, or trying to go somewhere, or, even being there when she might feel you down. Just that's all a part of the attentiveness, you know what I mean? And yeah, definitely. If you're not getting that, and it's like real, and a lot of times, how you could tell, that's number one. The second time, the time that you can really tell, the second indication rather, is her energy. You know what I mean? Is the energy light? And that's with anybody, right? Like, you can tell when you're interacting with someone if you should be there. Not only if the person wants you there, but if you should be there. You get it? Your energy gonna tell you, you know what I mean? The aura of that person, the frequency, the energy of that individual, the whole vibe, you know what I mean? And once you catch a vibe that it is other than it should be, which is positive, you know what I mean, pure, genuine, you shouldn't be there anyway. So I think that's something to really pay attention to if you want to know if she's into you, because if she's not doing those things, if she's not showing the attention that you need, or she's not being attentive to not just your needs on a physical tip, but mental, spiritual, emotional, sexual, all around the board. All around the board. So, yeah, you could definitely tell. You could definitely tell when it makes sense, it makes sense, man. Yeah. So. Okay, excuse the pause. So, yeah, like I said, you could definitely tell, because your energy is gonna let you know 9 times out of 10, man. If you feeling awkward, or you feeling the energy ain't just comfortable and flowing, that's just for anyone. I think you shouldn't be there, or you should move on. You know what I mean? And if not, you will find out the hard way if you don't allow yourself to go ahead the easy way. You're going to find out the hard way, and you're going to be mad, or you're going to be crying. One or the other. Mad and crying. It might be both. You know what I mean? But yeah, I hope I answered your question, Mama, because, definitely, I'm here to try to help. And at the end of the day, if I could help one person, and I could help 2 people, help 3 people, I'm good. They come right back around, because one person, from what they got from me, they gonna help one, and that one gonna help one. That's how it goes. It's a flow. Just keep it flowing. As long as it's positive, it's gonna flow. They don't got a choice but to. You understand? Because the light always overpower the dark. But yeah, let's see. I got time for one more. Let's do this one. Why are men so obsessed with a woman's body count? Marissa. Okay, Marissa. Why have men so obsessed with women's body count? You want my opinion? Because, I don't know. I feel like, me personally, from young, that never really made difference, because, when I found out, Melissa, when it didn't make a difference? I had this friend, right? Shout out to Rollo. It was a chick coming down the block. I was a teenager, like 15, 16, right? She coming down the block. He like, yeah. I'm like, damn, she right. He like, yeah, nah, you don't want her, boss. She trash. Coochie trash. Sex trash. So I'm like, what? Bust Dougie, go around the corner. You know what I mean? Catch her coming down the block. Europe. Long story short, I get the number telling, yo, meet me at the Chinese store later on and pick you up. Boom. She read her. Go pick up at the Chinese store. Get to the Chinese store. Now the story gets a little deeper, but this is how I found out. So I'm gonna give you the full throttle episode story. I goes in the restaurant, inside the restaurant. It's another chicken there that I was dealing with before. With me and her, I don't even know specifically what happened, but she was hating me at this time. I had to stop dealing with her. So when I come in here and start dealing with the other woman, she like, oh, you messing with him, girl? Because I just came in on some, hi, and I'm trying to get this chick out of there, like, so she don't start, because I already know she about to start some bullshit. So I get her out of there, long story short. Shorty talking shit on the way out. Oh, you shouldn't mess with him. He ain't shit, blah, blah, blah. All right, boom, she get in the car. We go to where we go, do what we do. Man, listen. That was the day I learned not to be listening to nobody. Because that thing right there, I remember was about something. And this nigga try to hate, talk about, this shit trash, all that other nonsense, right? So this is when I say, man, never listen to what somebody else got to say. And You just got to, it's up to you, man. You got to figure that out for yourself. You got to know. You know what I mean? But I will say this with women, because this, and listen, this is, pay attention, ladies, because I don't know why some women believe, like, you know, that, or men rather, excuse me, because this is why dudes, that was the question, right? Why they're obsessed with body counts. I think dudes is obsessed about, those dudes that are rather obsessed with body counts, they just insecure. Like, you know, so, because truthfully, whatever happened before him shouldn't be none of his business. He shouldn't care. I mean, if you want to tell him, it could be his business, but he shouldn't care about it. And it shouldn't be a deal breaker. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, that's just the man you're dealing with. And whether he is insecure or not, because your body count don't have nothing to do. I will tell you this, women and men, listen to what I'm saying. In my experience, I feel like your body count don't have a goddamn to do with your pussy. Pussy is good pussy. That shit is DNA in the bloodline. That don't got nothing to do with how many niggas you fucked and how many babies you had. And that's just what it is. So, take it from me. Your man is probably obsessed with your body count because you're pretty as fuck and he's insecure as hell. That's it, period. Most dudes that's obsessed with the body count, that's what it is. Insecurities, period. You know what I mean? Or they coming up short. You know what I mean? In the PP area. So, you know, that's part of the insecurities too. It's like, what? That shouldn't even make a difference. Who the fuck cares? Who cares how many times you had who had sex with? Like, you sitting here putting women in a chair with a light over them in an interrogation room, like, and then at the end of the day, most of the dudes that do that say, you know, they're insecure and weak as fuck because you can't even handle the truth. You don't want to hear that shit. You're going to take it a whole nother other way. You know what I mean? Not on no understanding and trying to get to know and nah. Nigga, you gonna be looking at her crazy, like, cause you so caught up in your feelings. So I'm gonna tell you, ladies, anytime you get a dude that's on some shit like that, I think 9 times out of 10, you gonna see why you shouldn't be there. You know what I mean? The insecurities and trauma that ruins his life, and it's spilling all in his relationship, period. Like most times, you know what I mean? Because if I'm obsessed with a woman's body count, like, what the fuck does that even have to do with me? You know what I mean? It's the same way like with a woman. Like, a woman is just obsessed. How many women you slept with? How many women you slept with? Like, what does that have to do with you? How is that definitively going to determine how you feel about me? How is that? And even if it does, that's some surface shit. It's shallow as fuck. If I tell you about something that I did with another woman, and you asked me, and you feel some way about it, that's on you. That ain't got nothing to do with me. Because honestly, you shouldn't feel no way. And if the dude does feel away, mama, on the other side of things, don't let him put that on you. That's him. That's not you. That's him. Period. So listen. Got these questions out today. I ain't gonna front. I know I helped somebody out there, goddammit. That's what I'm here for. If you like what you hear, like, comment, subscribe, and share. You understand me? Because it's only going to be more and more and more. You know what I mean? I hope my subscribers is liking it. I hope the viewers is liking it. I hope y'all liking these shorts. Keep with the questions. I'm going to put those in the shorts. You know, hope you loving the aesthetics things, looking like I'm holding up the city and all, right? You know what I mean? It's getting greater and greater every show, you know? So, listen, welcome to the Circumcision, where we cut the superficial human traits to get to the meat of things. A brutally honest show that peels back facades with genuine commentary. And if you like what you hear, like, comment, subscribe, and share. Have a blessed evening, everybody. Love.